Yes. Now we are going for another approval configuration. It's very common requirement configuring the approvals in global HR module, options management module, or even in compensation or any other modules. You can call it as AME also, approval management engine, or workflow approvals also. So the requirement here is if the employee is working for US1 business unit and try to hire employee, then we required approval from his manager. If employee is working for US2 business unit, then he's hiring an employee. He's hiring for an employee and then required the approvals from the approval group. That's what the requirement here. It's very simple rule we wanted to configure. But once you are clear with this rule, you will be able to configure any approvals in this here by defining the multiple rules. Okay. So right now the rule is based on the business unit. The rule is based on the business unit we are going to configure. Okay. So the rule will be defined based on the business unit. And the approver will be either management approval or approval group. Okay. So let's configure this. And now we are going for FSM environment. For which process we want to implement this approval rules and approval hierarchy? Employee hiring process. So first we have to choose that. Let's go to the task approval. We are in procurement offerings. Let's come back to human capital management and search for the task here approval transactions for human capital management. Select this. Let's go to the tab approval rules. For which process we want to do employee hiring. Press enter key. Right now, hire an employee is bypassed. Let's remove the bypass option so that approvals will be enabled. Let's go to configure a rule. Here, configure a rule. And here you will come to know archive transactions, archiving this approval transactions last 6 months or 9 months. And then purge the transaction. Archive is nothing but a backup. And purging is nothing but a delete. Delete the transactions after completion of 1 year or 5 years or 7 years, that process. Now hiring an employee here, I'm going to configure the rules, edit, configure rules here. Now I can see multiple rules here. Let me delete the existing rules here. Now we are going to define a new rule. We require 2 rules here, right? We require 2 rules based on the business unit. We require 2 rules here. So let's go for define the rule here. Click on this. When we are working with this approval process, we have to go for a little bit slow because the application will be a little bit slow here. Click on this and go down. Add the rule information here. There should not be any gap for the role name and active status, priority, and click this button, configure rule conditions. Configure rule conditions. Now we got this condition details. Here we can go for specify. Just click on this. Once we click on this, then it's going to have edit section here. Edit section. Now I could see that here different options we have based on number or string or boolean function. But right now, based on the database information, means database item. What is the database item? Business unit, right? Now select value type here, attribute. Select attribute. Attribute means database column. Your column is available from assignments information or role information or compensation or payroll, different options, salary related. Right now, business unit comes under assignment. Assignment means job, position, business unit, this all it comes, right? Let's go for it. Business unit. Here. Requester assignment business unit is equal to select value from the list, LOV, list of values. US1 business unit. We have defined a condition. Someone will log in and try to hire an employee. If that login person, whoever is logged in, if he is working for US1 business unit, if he is working for US1 business unit, then what is the approval? If he is working for US1 business unit, then we need a management hierarchy. Nothing but we need approval from his manager. Click on this management hierarchy. Select management hierarchy. In management hierarchy, we have to specify here whether you need approvals or just we need automatic approval or just information only. We have to specify. We need approval. Which manager, line manager or resource manager, this we have to mention here. It's one of the important question also in the interviews. Instead of line manager, I need approval from the project manager. Where do you configure? So we have to change the option over here. We have to change the option over here it is. And I'm going for approval chain of requester or worker or worker's proposal. Chain manager means hierarchy process. So you need from where that will be specified here. So we need actually the person whoever is requested here that we need approval from this manager. Starts with manager or employee or second level manager. We have to choose. So generally it starts with manager. Number of levels. If I specify number of levels are 2, so that what happened? When employee request for another employee approval, first his manager has to approve. Again, his manager has to approve it. 2 levels of manager. Just if we specify number of levels are 1, then he need approval from his manager. That is it. He need approval from his manager. Here it is. Okay. And top approver, we are going to set that manager here. That's fine. This is one rule. Let's go for define another rule. Second rule we are going to implement. this. If the business unit is this one, so create another role here. Active and configure conditions. Edit selection. Attribute. Assignments. Business unit is equal to, select the value from LOV, and this, if it is US2 business unit, then we need approval from the approval group. Click on then option, then select approval group and select approval group here. Approvals are required. Approval group, I thought I created in our previous batch, but this instance has got refreshed, right? Okay. Let me create here. Approval group means group of users that will do it from BPM process. So here we are going to create an approval group from here. So for that, what we have to do is go to FSM and choose this task, manage approval group here. And then we will get separate BPM worklist page. In this page, we are going to create an approval group here. And let me create this tab approval group here. There are two types of groups, static and dynamic. Dynamic approval group, we cannot do that. For that, we need to write separate code and a hierarchy. That can be done in the PaaS environment, platform as a service. Right now, we are working in the SaaS environment, SaaS, software as a service. Here, only static approval group is allowed. Static means fixed employee names. So here, we have to specify the group name and then go for add. So let's say I need approval first from this user. Then we need approval from this user. Then we need approval from this user. So we have defined 3 users here successfully. Let's go for save. Approval group created successfully. And we want to use that here. Let's go for use it. In our second rule that we are going to implement. Select this rule. Approval group. Sony group. That's what we created, right? We are not getting because it's not refreshed. Let's refresh the page. Meanwhile, just save, complete the required fields. For time being, let's choose some group here. And then go for submit. Sony group. That's what we created. Right. So select that group. So here we have defined two rules. The first rule is if anybody is hiring an employee, system will check that employee is working for US1 business unit or not. Oh, it seems it's modified. Edit selection. And if it is, if employee is working for US2 business unit, required approval from approval group. If employee is working for, US1 BU, then it required approval from the manager. Whoever is the manager for him, then you need approval. Okay, let's go for save. And go for submit. Now we want to test this approval. So we have got the requirement that we have implemented. Obviously, we are supposed to test and finally we are supposed to deliver it. Right. So we need two employees. We need two employees who are working for US1 business unit and another person is required US2 business unit. One is US1 business unit, another one is US1 business unit. Why it's taking slash? I don't know. It's fine. Maybe parallelly someone might be working or somebody might have changed that. Not an issue. So now we are going to have two employees here for testing. First person should be working for US1 business unit. And he must have the access to hire an employee, human resource specialist. And second person, US2 business unit. And he also required a employee hiring access, human resource specialist role, so that employee one can hire employee. When he is hiring an employee, it requires approval from his manager, and employee two is working. So for that, I'm taking here Curtis Fitty is an employee. He is working for US1 business unit. That's fine. So obviously, when this person log in and try to hire employee, he required approval from his manager. Who is the manager? line manager. Mitch Plum. Mitch Plum is the manager. Okay. We got one employee, Curtis Fitty. He's working for US 1BU. I need another employee who is working for US 2 business unit, but we do not have at this point of time keywords. He is working for US 2 legal entity. That's anyway. Let me take another employee, not a problem. So just hiring one person who is working for US 2 business unit. We have to test it with multiple scenarios, right? That's why we are doing it. He's going to work for US 2 business unit. Toronto location. When I'm mentioning manager, yeah, it seems now it's been applied. Whatever approval process we have done, it's been applied. Okay, so I don't think so it will get the result. What is the reason behind that? It's very simple. Whatever the approvals we have specified, it's been applied. So system will verify who is hiring employee, this user. He is working for which business unit? He is working for AB business unit. For AB business unit, we have not configured any information, right? So in transaction console, you can see that error. Yeah. Now system is showing that the request operation has got failed with the business rules defined for your approval. He is working for some AB business unit. That's why it's got failed. What I'll do is, for time being, I'll go for disable this approval process. Okay. Just I have bypassed here. Okay. I have bypassed the approval. Just I have disabled it. Now we'll hire employee. Right now, the approvals are bypassed. So obviously, we'll find employee here, Kiran Kumar. He is working for US2 business unit. So our employees are ready for testing. Okay. Now let's go back to your setup here and enable the approvals. Let's go for enable this approval here. Enable means we have to remove the bypass option. Remove the bypass option so that approvals will be enabled. Now click done button. So now we have got the employees are ready. Curtis Fitty is working for US1 BU. Kiran Kumar is working for US2 business unit. Now Curtis Fitty is going to log in and he got the permission to hire employees. So he'll try to hire employee. Then what system will do? As he is working for US1 BU, as per the approval rule, he need approval from his manager. Same process, Mr. Kiran will do it. Kiran also is going to log in and he is working for human resource. He is working for US2 business unit, sorry. And he got the access to the hiring employee, this role. And because of he is working for US2 BU, system need approvals from the group of people. That's what we are going to test. Make sure that both employees passwords you got, as well as the roles also you have to cross check. Go to users tab. Catisfity, of course, it's a built-in user and got all the roles. Just reset the password and remember who is the manager for this employee. Manager is Mitch Blum, right? Here also we can find who is the manager. Mitch Blum is the manager. And of course, we need password from manager also, because manager has to either approve it or reject, right? So required approval from the manager. Kumar.Kiran is working for US2 business unit. Current manager is not required for this, because when Kiran hire employee, need approval from 3 members. He need the access for hiring employee, human resource specialist. That's the role is required to hire an employee. Now, Kiran also hire employees. Curtis Fitty also can hire employees. Now let's log out from here. First, Curtis Fitty is going to hire employee. This person is going to log in and hire employee. Let's see the approvals working or not. Go to my client groups, new person, hire employee. Test employee 1. In the review tab itself, we can find this approver details. Go down. Last, we can find approvers. Obviously, Curtis Fitty is doing this work, right? So he need approval from his manager. See, the management hierarchy is working. Need approval from Mitch Plum. Mitch Plum has to take the decision whether it's approve or reject. Let's go for submit. Now the employee name is test EMP1. That's the employee name. Now, if we search for this employee, we don't find that because the approval is pending. We don't find that. Okay. Now let's log in with Mitch Blum. My manager is going to log in here. And we can find the notification related for approvals here. Sometimes this workflow notifications will get delayed. Okay. Yeah. Click on this. EMP1 test. That's the hiring process. And who has submitted Curtis Fitty and waiting for approval here. Let's go for approve this. It's done. Let's Curtis Fitty is going to log in and try to perform the activity. And he's going to test whether it's done or not. Of course, he will be also receiving the notification whether it's been approved or not. Approved. This EMP1 test. Let's go back to my client groups, person management, and we can search from here. This is working success. So first rule has been applied successfully. So Curtis Fitty has done this process. He has done the transaction. He is working for US1 business unit. That's the reason system has followed this process. Now let's test it with Kiran Kumar. Log out from this user. Let me take this Kiran Kumar. It's Kumar.Kiran. It's not Kiran.Kumar. And we given the access for hiring employee. This is going to hire employee. Employee 2 test. I'm going to do that. System is showing that some of the information is matching. Maybe the employee looks date of birth is matching. And let me change that. We can have same date of birth, no problem. Just system is showing the information. That's it. And manage enterprise HCM information will set up that duplicate records matching for an employee. You can hire employee for any week, not a problem. So in the review tab itself, we can find the approvers over here. Let's go down. Here itself, we can verify the business rule is applying or not. Now, it's been changed. You are getting something new. Kerry Lane, Matthew, some new people we are getting here. Someone might have changed that. Let me cross check once the approvals here. Because we are using this instance parallelly, some people might be using. So let me open this window in private. Second rule we are testing. First rule tested successfully. Rule 2 we are working right now. This one. And rule is fine. It's not changed. US2 business unit. That's okay. And go to approval group here. Okay. AP payment approvers. That name has been replaced. Okay. So Sony Group, right? That's what we created. So as per the group, it's working actually. AP payment group that is having those two employees. That might be the reason, not a problem. So now let's again I'll cross check it here. Approval group. Oh, it's not changing. Oh, it's not changing. Saved. Fine. And submit. Okay. And let's go for edit and just testing it again. There. Okay. Now we are here. Now I can see that here. I need approval from three people. First one, November. That's the username. Indirectly, the employee name is Sobcon. And second approver, November 1. Third approver, Kelvin. These three people has to approve it. That's what approval group we have created here. Right. We created approval group here. Yes. So this is how we can go for define multiple business rules. Based on that, this is going to work here. Based on that, this is going to work. Okay. So now three people has to approve it. Let's reset the password for all these three people. This user, November, and I can see that here. Employee name is different and the user account is this one. This is what actually we will give in the approval group. Of course, we have the password for this user and November 1 also we have, and another one is Kelvin. Okay. Now we'll just try to perform the approval result here. First user is November user, Subcon. And the action is required. I'm going ahead with approval. Second employee, employee 2 test. Let's log in with the second user. Employee, approve it. And then we are going for third. If we want to view the approval information notification can be opened here, and we can cross check, show the details of approvers and who has submitted this and who has approved. When it has got approval, all this we can find and then go for approval. This is how we can go for define multiple business rules here, and it can be applied here. Can be applied. Now it's done successful. But this is very common required. You work for any client. When we are working in the project, we are supposed to work with approval management. It's not only for employee hiring, employee assignment changes and employee terminations and some other options we have to go for it. So whatever the processes we have according to the client's requirement, even for options management, leave applying also, we have to go for configure that here. Let's go to approval rules here. And then after doing this, as we are working in Vision instance, so I request everyone, please go for bypass it. So that if somebody hire employee, they'll get in a proper way automatic approval. Okay, otherwise what happened, again they have to go through like this. If they are not clear with the approvals, so it's very difficult for them. Their practice will get disturbed. Okay, it should not be done, right? Because of our activity, other should not get affected. Okay, so once you do the testing, let's go for disable the approvals, whatever you have done. Don't forget that. Okay, thank you.